Take a look at the stock market journey for Nykaa's stock. What do you see here? A business that has consistently given negative returns to its investors. But would you really call it that way? After all, Nykaa's issue price was 1150 rupees. It got listed at 2000 rupees, which is 78% higher than its issue price. Yes, it is trading at around 1800 or 1900 levels, but it is still at a 55 to 60% premium to its issue price. So if you are someone who is already invested in Nykaa's share, or if you want to invest in Nykaa's stock, please watch this video till the very end. I will tell you exactly why Nykaa is doing so well and Paytm is not. I will also tell you the business model of Nykaa, and then we'll talk about the future projection of Nykaa's stock. So without any delay, let's begin. First things first, Nykaa is a seller of beauty, fashion and wellness products. Now a lot of people think that this is a business that operates entirely in the online mode, but that is not true. Nykaa's business is spread across online as well as offline channels. Under the online mode, more than 1000 brands are listed on Nykaa's website, which means that they list their products on the website and customers from all over the country can buy their products from there. For every product that Nykaa sells, these brands will have to pay a commission percentage to Nykaa, and that is how Nykaa earns its revenue. Then Nykaa has its own private labels in the form of Nykaa Cosmetics, Nykaa Naturals, where they list their own products and the entire money that they earn from selling these products becomes their revenue. Now Nykaa's business was perceived to be a business that caters to the needs of women only. To change that perception, they have also come up with Nykaa Man. This website will now take care of beauty, fashion and wellness products for men as well. So they have now diversified their product portfolio, which will now cater to the needs of both men and women. Now coming to the offline segment. Nykaa has 3 offline store formats. The first one is Nykaa Luxury, where they sell luxurious and high-end products. The second one is Nykaa On Trend, where basic and affordable products are sold. And the third one is Nykaa Kiosks. So overall, if you look at the offline segment as well as the online segment, Nykaa is very well positioned in terms of the overall coverage of their product portfolio, not just with respect to genders, but geographically as well. I would say that here Nykaa has been one step ahead of its competitors because it has been fast enough to respond to the needs of the offline retail sector as well. They are not just limited to the offline space, which a lot of other e-commerce companies are. Now let us take a look at how this business model compares with the financials that Nykaa has. So we'll talk about the revenue and the profit for the last 5 years. If you take a look at this chart that shows the 5-year revenue performance of Nykaa, you will observe that there has been a consistent increase in the revenue that this company is earning. This is possible because of an enhanced and a diversified product portfolio, new products being launched in the market, venturing into the offline segment as well, and launching the Nykaa Man website. These factors combined have had a huge contribution to play in its revenue growth. But what about profit? If you take a look at this chart, you will see that Nykaa for the most part was a loss-making company. But in financial year 21, they have now reported a profit as well, which just goes to show that this is a management that is not just focused towards earning the top line, which is the revenue. The bottom line, which is the profit, is as much of a concern for the management as is the top line. So it's good to see a business that worries both on the top line front and the bottom line front. It is exactly at this juncture where Nykaa is able to differentiate itself from players like Paytm, whose IPO saw a mammoth decline in the stock market. Because the management of the Paytm is only concerned about top line at the moment, the losses are being widened on a year-on-year basis, and that is a key differentiator between Nykaa and Paytm. Now that we understand the overall business analysis of Nykaa, let us take a look at what are the major risks that Nykaa faces in the near future. The first major risk that Nykaa faces is with respect to its product portfolio. The top three most selling products contribute to 80% of its overall revenues. Now, while that may seem to be good, this suggests that the product portfolio is not very well diversified. To be honest, I would still think that this is not a big problem because this percentage mix was close to 90% a couple of years back. So Nykaa has been extremely cautious and extremely vigilant about reducing this overall product mix by expanding into newer products, which is why we see the drop from 90% to 80%. But still, make no mistake, 80% revenue coming from three categories is still a challenge for them in the near future. The second major risk is that Nykaa is operating in an extremely competitive environment. While Myntra, Flipkarts, and the Amazons of the world are still present there, newer marketplaces are also coming up in this segment. The way that Nykaa is able to differentiate itself from the others is that Nykaa has its own niche in the beauty, fashion, and wellness category. Very few marketplaces are still able to dominate this kind of segment because they are more focused towards selling everything available on the face of this earth. But Nykaa for now is focusing on these categories, and I would say that this is paying them rich dividends as well. The third risk for them is the pending litigations going against the company. There have been cases worth 26 million, which is 2.6 crores that have been filed against the company, and the results of those cases are still yet to be declared. So if these cases go against Nykaa, then this is going to put some pressure on their bottom line, which is their net profit. So these are the major risks that Nykaa's business is going to face in the short term. Now let us understand what does the future of Nykaa look like and what is my personal opinion on Nykaa's stock. So I am personally bullish on this stock. Lately, with this trend of newer companies making their IPO debut in the stock market, we have seen that a lot of companies are still not profitable. And I still believe that Nykaa, with its product portfolio and expanding into the offline segment as well, is able to garner enough profits. One thing that I would want you to be vigilant about is that this profit trend should continue in the years to come. I am extremely bullish because I feel that this profit trend will continue. They will show an increase in the amount of profits that they are earning year on year. And if that happens, this is an extremely good stock to buy. But watch out for the results that Nykaa poses. Do look out for the management's commentary and take a judicious call post that. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. Do subscribe to Finance Lens and I'll see you the next time.